Ever since I first laid eyes on those robots in disguise in the early 90s, I've been waiting on that one game that could perfectly capture the magic of the Generation 1 cartoon. After playing several Transformers games, such as the very disappointing movie tie-ins, 2015 was the year in which Transformers fans received the game which they had always dreamed of. Transformers Devastation is packed full of all your favourite Autobots and Decepticons, and the game allows you to play as one of 5 Autobots. Fighting your way past Decepticon ground soldiers and Seekers, you will very occasionally come across well-known Decepticons such as Megatron, Soundwave and the Insecticons. For anyone who has memories of the cartoons or the toys from the 1980s, there's a huge amount of nostalgia in this game. The voice talents in Transformers Devastation will be reminiscent to any fans of the cartoons, as many of the original voice actors reprise their roles. Peter Cullen is, as ever, a tremendous Optimus Prime, while Frank Welker provides both Megatron and Soundwave, to name but a few. Despite only being unveiled at E3 in June, Transformers Devastation was released on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, Xbox 360 and PC in early October. Developed by the studio which brought you Bayonetta and Vanquish, Platinum Games seemed like the perfect developer for the job at hand, and in my eyes, the game did not disappoint. Aside from the nostalgic factor, the combat is one of the game's best aspects, as it's so fast paced and punishing on the harder difficulties that it feels extremely satisfying when you've finished battering your enemies. Although it does seem like it's quite repetitive at times due to the lack of combos, the different Decepticons offer various threats both from the ground and in the air. There are also huge boss enemies in the form of Devastator and Menasor, which again switch up the combat for spectacular set pieces. If you're expecting a long and winding story through the Transformers universe, then you'd better go somewhere else. Depending on the difficulty you play it on, the game's credits could roll out after 5 hours or so. Despite this, it doesn't outstay its welcome. Rightfully so, it's a budget retail release and can be purchased in several places for around £20. With a short campaign which allows for multiple playthroughs and an overall experience which is covered in nostalgia, Transformers Devastation really is worth your time. Hopefully we'll see a sequel someday. Let's all try to forget that those movie tie-in games ever existed, eh?
Insecticons! Welcome, Autobots!
You plan to cyberform Earth?
I don't plan to do anything. I have already started.
Autobots, we must move quickly.
Sounds like fun.
I'm gonna feed you your own spark, Autobot! Now, see if you can beat me!
I did not see that coming.
It's over, Megatron.
I will not let you take my victory away from me!